What's up, brother? Today I'm going to speak about how the day I realized that fitness and business are exactly the same. Therefore, if you're successful in one, you should be successful in the next one, okay? Because literally, I was having a problem with my physique, with my business, and I asked myself, how did I do it with my physique? How did I solve this with my physique? And then I solved it. And then I had another problem, and I asked myself, how did I do it? I had another problem, and then I solved it, and I was like, wait, everything is fucking related. The principles that you need to get in shape are the same that you need to get financially successful. So today I'm going to show you, if you're already making it in terms of money, but you're not making it in terms of fitness, what you need to understand for you to get in phenomenal shape and have everything you want. Because it's all good to have all the money in the world, but if you can't really go on vacation without taking your shirt off, you avoid really flexing and being at your most authentic self. For what? The money is for what? Okay? So listen up. The first one is consistency. Or should I say persistence? In both, you need consistency. You need to show up every single day, even when you don't feel like it. You need to show up every single day, even when life hits you. You need to be predictable. You need to be in this business or in this gym every single day, no matter what happens to you. And when I learned this, it's like, no matter what happens, you need to show up. Because if you don't, you're not eating. If you don't, you're not eating, right? If you don't show up for your business, well, your business might crash. Like, it doesn't matter how you feel, you still got to show up. And in fitness is the same. Even if you have the worst day, even if your girl broke up with you, you need to show up regardless. And this is how I learned this. I learned this at the gym, but most people know this already. You need to be consistent if you want to be successful. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you need standards. And that relates to the second thing too, to the first thing too, standards. In order for you to run a business, you need high standards for what you need to do every single day. Again, you cannot go to sleep. A standard is literally something that you cannot go to sleep without doing. So I cannot go to sleep without eating all my meals. I cannot go to sleep without posting my 2 YouTube videos. I cannot go to sleep without posting my reels. I cannot go to sleep. It's the same thing for my business. I cannot go to sleep if what I put on my business task, on my business list is not done, because I have this standard. Now with fitness, you just need to have high standards too for the gym. You should have the standard of like, I'm not going to sleep unless I eat all my protein today. I'm not going to sleep unless I eat all my meals today. It's the same way. You need to treat it exactly like you're treating your business, as something that you need to apply high standards to. So the second thing is you need to see it before. Okay? In business, this is really more brutal, because in business, you don't control all the variables, but you still need to see it before you achieve it. You still need to have the delusional self-belief of like, this business is gonna work. This is the only thing I wanna do. I don't wanna do anything else but this. And I'm gonna keep pushing even if I'm not seeing the results. Same thing here. You gotta go to a gym for months until you see the first real change. You gotta believe that it's already happening, because if you don't, well, guess what's going to happen? You're going to quit. You're going to be like, well, this is for nothing. I'm not seeing results. You need to be, which is also my second point. So this is it, my fourth point. This is it. You need to see it before. Same thing with business. With business, it doesn't make sense to anybody when you started the business, right? Nobody believed in you, but you had that vision. You knew it was going to happen. You can't have any limiting belief when it comes to this. You need to remove your limiting belief when it comes to business. You need to remove all your limiting belief when it comes to fitness too. So if you still believe that you don't have time, you're too old, any limiting belief that you have, you need to remove them. It's the same way you did for business. Now, the other one is, again, you need to be detached from the outcome. Now, detached, what does that mean? It means that I could even put the other one. Let me put another one too. They go hand in hand, kind of, but like detach. When you want to be successful in business, this is what I learned early on. It doesn't work if you're always trying to make it. If you're like, oh my God, I gotta make it. Like, you need a burning desire, but you can't be out here being obsessed about the results, because now what's gonna happen is that you're constantly gonna check for results. You're not gonna see them, and then you're gonna quit. You know it. I don't have to explain to you. You know this already. Same way, if you're constantly looking for the results, you're going to get the results. And then one day when you don't get the results, you stop being consistent. Now, what you need is the same with the gym. With the gym is the same thing. You need to just don't look at the results and just put your head down and work. Work, even if you don't see results. And guess what? Results are going to happen if you do the right thing. You also need, in both of them, to have a little bit of enjoyment. Like, there's a minimum of like, you need to do it, not necessarily for the results, but you need to do it because it's you, because you enjoy it, because it's your identity. Now, another thing that you need is a why. I think like this is one of the most important things. There's a reason why you wanted to be successful in business. There's a reason why, like, I really believe most entrepreneurs, bro, we're actually crazy in our head. Like, nobody lives a normal childhood. Like me, for example, we grew up super broke, single mother. My dad left when I was 9. I was bullied as a kid. I didn't have much friend, and I was always the side character. So I was always like, yo, when I'm gonna get older, nobody's gonna tell me what to do. Nobody's gonna be able to step on me. I'm gonna be the best version of myself. And it's like afterwards I went through a breakup, and now it's like I need to be the best. And like I have so many reasons why I need to be successful. Like, for example, my mom, for example, anything that I had no choice but to go and make this business. I had no choice but to go. But the same is with fitness. You need to have a strong reason why. You need to have a harder reason why of like, why are you doing this? Why do you want to get in shape? Like, it needs to be something that is serious to you. And most of the time it's just realizing that if you stay the same, you're just missing out on so much. You're missing out on so much opportunities. You're missing out on life. You're missing out on confidence. You're missing out on just your wife being happy with you. Like, there's so many things. I made a video on that. You can go check it out. Like how my ex left me because I had the money, but I wasn't fucking like in shape. Okay, I wasn't the guy that I am today. So find a reason why and constantly remind yourself of them. It's like even like, and the next thing too is you need a good plan. Like you need a plan. You need to good plan and plan ahead. Okay, like brother, you cannot go into business without a plan. You cannot just go there and be like, okay, I'm gonna make this work. I'm just gonna jump in the water. No, you need to know exactly. Are you doing the right thing? And just am I doing the right thing? And I need to know exactly what I'm gonna do the day before. You need to plan ahead and organize yourself. I should say this. I'm gonna run out of space. Like there's so many things. Okay. Organize yourself. You need to be organized. You need to be organized in your business. You need to know I have this call at this time, but I need to do this before. I need to do this after. I need to do this. I need to make sure that I get my reel posted at this time. I need to make sure that I get as many calls done before 6. So therefore, I gotta make sure that I'm at this place at 4, so I have time for everything. It's the same with the gym. The same with your physique. You need to know when are you gonna get your meals, when are you gonna prep them, when are you gonna eat them, when are you gonna work out. Everything got to be planned ahead, the same exact way, okay? So it's the same principle. So another one is, it's boring. You need to just consistently do the boring things. You cannot be out here looking for the best new things. You cannot, in business, I did this mistake as a start. It's like, you see a new business model, you see a new this, you see a new that. You cannot switch. You got to stick to the boring fundamentals and just get good at them and do them consistently do the boring stuff. And this is what works also with fitness. A lot of guys are looking for the best workout routine, the best diet, the best this, the best that, but the truth is there's no best routine, there's no best diet. It's just doing consistently the simple stuff. For example, you see my bicep here. People are like, oh my god, what's the best bicep exercise? Brother, I do the 2 exercises for biceps. You just need to do what's simple and consistently, okay? That's it. And it's the same with business. It's like simplicity scale and complicity fail. You know that phrase? Just keep it simple, do the task, don't overthink, just do the work. Get in there and leave. Do the work and be detached, okay? Another one is, because I'm running out of space, is you need to track. You need to track. In business, you need to track data. You need to know, are we eating the numbers that we said we were gonna eat? We were gonna hit. Am I doing as much outreach as I was supposed to do? Am I doing as much cold calls as I was supposed to do? And how many of these cold calls actually converted? How much money did we make? How much money did we lose? You need to track everything, all the numbers. In fitness, you need to track everything too. Now, you don't need to track everything, but you need to track enough to know if you're making progress or not. One day out of the week, you can take a day off. Not a day off, but you can take a day out of the week where you are planning and tracking and realizing, okay, I lifted this amount last week, and now this week I'm lifting this amount. I lost this amount of weight. You need to track to know if you're doing everything right. The same with business. You need to track, okay? Then another thing that you need is a guide. I've never seen anybody at the top level be self-made. Ever. I don't give a fuck like who you are. Everybody at the top. I've invested 20 grand in mentors. Everybody at the top has a mentor. I don't believe that there's a businessman that is self-made. That made it that is self-made. Like, I don't believe that it's completely self-made. I've never seen that. There's always somebody behind. The greatest businessmen, even the guys who you look up to, Alex Hormozy, every single businessman has a mentor that you just don't know about. Every single one of them. And it's like, because what this does is that it saves you time. When you have a guide, okay, it could take you 10 years of mistakes to learn something and then finally get the results. But when you have a guy, what happens is that he stops you. He tells you, whoa, before you fell right here. He's like, no, come back. And then he's like, oh, you know that mistake I did it too when I was young. And he tells you every single mistake. And guess what? You get here instead of 10 years, well, you get the same amount of work done in maybe 2. You save so much years because you don't have to have any guesswork, and you don't have to be unsure of what you're doing. And literally with fitness is the same. If you don't really know what you're doing and you're trying to figure it out, why not just take somebody that already figured it out and save yourself some time and energy? It's that simple. That's all you need to do. And you see, all these, they apply to both. And I learned it first in fitness, but now I'm applying it for my business. And it's the same. If you have a business, you want to apply this to your fitness so that you can get in shape. Obviously. And I'm trying to think of something else. There's many more. You're not going to do other, like rest, the importance of rest, the importance of discipline. Let's talk about discipline. Actually, let's talk about it. Because I think that's a big one. Never will you be successful in life without discipline. Ever. If you're a businessman, you're probably more disciplined than 90% of people. And the thing is, what is discipline? It's just doing what you don't want to do when you need to do it. Because there's some days where you're not going to feel like doing it. There's some days where you're not going to feel like showing up. Same with fitness. You still got to go anyway. You still got to be part of your personality to be somebody that doesn't miss the gym. That's it. It just needs to be part of your personality. I am not someone that misses the gym. Discipline. Build that discipline. Be a disciplined man, because you cannot be a disciplined man and be out of shape. It's just impossible. It's literally impossible to be a disciplined man that is out of shape. So, yeah. I hope this helped you. It was a quick one. Did I forget anything? I probably did forget some stuff, and I'll probably make this video again, but this should have been enough. Also, something is like, I'm gonna stop being a perfectionist. So I'm following the 70% rule. If something is 70% good enough, it's good. Okay, it's good. So yeah, but guys, that's just in business though. In fitness, that's the big difference between fitness and business though. In fitness, or maybe it's not a difference, everything needs to be right. Like, let's say we have like sleep training and nutrition. If you're lacking in one area, it's not gonna work. I think that's the biggest difference. You need to have everything right. Like, you need to have sleep, nutrition, training, consistency, all in one. But in business, you can do some stuff right, some stuff wrong. And again, if you're following the 70% rule, like, this video might get a lot of views. It's not perfect, but in fitness, it needs to be perfect. That's why it's even more important for you to have a guide to save time and make sure that you're actually having the good plan that you can actually... Another thing too that I forgot. How did I forget this? Accountability. Like, you need to be accountable if you want to get in shape. Like, you're not going to get in shape if you can't hold yourself accountable, or if you can't get somebody to hold you accountable. You need accountability, and it's the same with this. The reason why I get mentors most of the time is just so that they can give me a plan and keep me accountable. Because when I know that my mentor is watching my videos, when I know that he's watching when I'm posting and when I'm not posting, I have way more chance of posting. I have way more chance of doing the work, because I have way more chance of showing up even when I'm making excuses. But it's the same with you. With fitness, okay? If you have accountability, guess what? Guess what's going to happen? On the days that you're going to miss, on the days that you're going to want to miss, you're going to be like, oh, wait, there's somebody behind me that's watching me, and there's like, wait, if I don't do this, I'm cooked. So make sure that, what was I saying before that? Yeah, like a guide will help you with that accountability, with that plan, and with that, with just staying consistent. God damn it! Like this is what we're here for. Because most of the time, you know what you need to do. Kind of, you're just not doing it. And then when you have somebody that guides you, boom, everything changed. This is what happened to me in fitness and business in every fucking area of my life. So, guys, I hope you appreciated that video. It wasn't that long. It wasn't that in detail, but it was the fact about how you, if you're in business, you should be in shape easily. And if you're in fitness, you should be in business easily. And if you're somebody right now that struggles with losing belly fat and you just want somebody to help you with that, give you a clear plan, clear program to get in shape as fast as possible, mentor you and hold you accountable, book a call down below. I will reach out to you. We will talk on the phone and we'll start working right away. Or DM me on Instagram. Follow the gram too. I appreciate you watching. I'll see you in the next one, brother. See ya.